It looks like this broadcast was deleted on Facebook. To stream to Facebook, create a new broadcast, so just remove this destination from this broadcast and re-add it. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm live. Sorry, guys. My StreamYard was telling me that I wasn't live, but it looks like I am. So good afternoon, my spectacular speakers. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday afternoon. I'm your host, Deborah Northcutt, and today we are going to be having a wonderful conversation about how to engage your audience when speaking in public in the Sensational Speakers Lounge. I go live every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on StreamYard. So make sure that you give StreamYard permission for me to see your comments. So make sure you go into StreamYard, log into StreamYard/Facebook, and give Facebook permission for me to see your comments. Again, my name is Deborah Northcutt, your speaker support consultant. Now I'm going to get right into the live. Like I said, the name of this live is How to Engage Your Audience When Speaking in Public. When presenting on stage, you probably think that engaging your audience means that you have to have them doing something. Well, that's fine. You can have them doing something too to hold their to engage with them, like bringing someone up on stage, or you walking out into the audience and talking to someone one-on-one, or having them pull out their cell phone and sending you their social media handle. That's engaging with your audience too. But that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what engaging your audience is all about. That's part of it, but it's not all of it. Yes, you can have them do something, but engaging your audience means controlling someone's attention. It's a mindset thing. Do you ever think it was a mindset thing? I didn't think so either, but it is. You don't want people wondering when lunch is and when I'm going to eat, or texting and checking their phone for texts while you're up there talking, because you're not engaging with your audience. You're not holding their attention, or you don't want them wondering what their kids are at home doing while you're presenting. So engagement is all about controlling someone's attention, making them mentally fixated on you. When you step on stage to talk to a group of people, you have to become larger than life. Your personality, your movements, your voice, everything has to scream, I'm someone you want to pay attention to. If your talk is not interactive, you may not know that dialogue is even happening. But in the minds of every single individual in that room, they are interacting with you. You are saying what you were saying is getting deep inside them, and they are reacting to it. But even more than what you are saying is how you are saying it and how it is having a bigger impact. Now, when you're on stage presenting, you have to think of yourself as a showman. Now, one of the greatest showmen on earth was P.T. Barnum. He had a circus, if you don't know who P.T. Barnum was. He was the greatest showman on earth. That's how he claimed himself to be. He was huge. He was large. He was interactive. You just had to recognize this man. This man was a true showman, and he knew how to interact with his audience. And that's who you want to be. I'm not saying that you have to be P.T. Barnum, but you need to be a showman. When you're up there on stage, you need to be a total different person from who you are when you are up there presenting on stage. Your voice needs to be bigger, louder. You might be thinking, what are some of the ways that I can become larger than life? Well, there are some ways of behaving in front of an audience that differs from your daily life. You need to find a stage persona that's totally different from your daily personality when you're speaking to a group. Does that make you a phony? No, not at all. Look at it this way. Both of these personalities are you. It's just a different you when you are relating to a group than to the people one on one that you're relating to. And it might seem strange to you because that form of you only comes out on stage, but you have to have a stage persona. Now, does that make you think that you're a Dr. Jekyll, a Mr. Hyde, because you're changing from one person to another? Not at all. Just as you speak to a child differently, look at it this way. Just as you're speaking to a child differently than you speak to an adult, you will develop a way of talking to a group that differs from speaking to an individual. Part of becoming larger than life is learning what they call own the room or owning the room. I know this sounds egotistical and strange, but it really does work when you are about to speak. Owning the room simply means that when you step out in front of a crowd, they are no longer some random group of people. They are your people. They are there to listen to you, and what you say is of value to them. If you had an ego problem before you step out on that stage in front of an audience, you need to check that problem at the door. You, the speaker, must assume that you are adored when you speak to a group of people. Now, this doesn't mean that you can strut about like you're some God's gift to the world, but it does mean that you recognize that your value to this group as a speaker and that your services are wanted and needed here. In fact, the only way you will be an effective public speaker is if you own the room. Treat that room like it was your home. And these people came here just because with you, that's just great. If you step out there with that attitude, the audience will buy into your attitude and they will give you the room and be glad that you took it over. Now, I'm going to recap some of the things that I talked about. One of the things that I talked about was engaging your audience means controlling someone's attention. It's not all about having someone pull out their phone and send you their social media sites or getting up on the stage and doing something that you tell them to do. It's a mindset thing. Remember that. It's a mindset thing. You need to keep your audience mentally fixated on you. Another thing that I talked about was when you are on stage, you need to think of yourself as a showman. Remember, I said you need to be bigger than life. Your words need to be louder. Your movements need to be big. You need to be a showman. You need to be up there and have everybody's attention, all eyes on you. Everybody enthralled and hanging on to your every word while you're up there talking. Your voice is loud. Like I said, your movements are big. Get that stage persona and use that stage persona when you go up there to speak. And the last thing I talked about was you need to own the room as the speaker. Owning the room helps you to be an effective public speaker. Now, if you are a new speaker, I have a Facebook group called Support for Spectacular Speakers. I'd love for you to come and join my community. I'll put the link in the comment box for you to join my Facebook group up above once I am finished with my live. Now, if you need help getting speaking engagements, I'll put the link up above so we can talk about how I can help you. Now, when I say speaking engagements, I'm talking about, yes, getting on stages, things like that. But I'm also talking about if you want to get on podcast shows, I can help you with that too. And I also can help you with your administrative needs if you need help with your back end services. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you use the hashtag replay. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll come back to you and I'll reply and I'll answer any and all of your questions that you may have. Now let's connect on all of our social media sites. On my Facebook personal and my LinkedIn page, you can find me by my name, Deborah Northcutt. On my Twitter site, my handle is at FreeYouUpVA. That's V as in Victor, A as in Apple. FreeYouUpVA. My Facebook business page is FreeYouUpVA. My Instagram handle is free underscore you underscore up underscore VA. And once again, my Facebook group is support, excuse me, for spectacular speakers. Now, I will see you next week, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time in the Sensational Speakers Lounge. I'm Deborah Northcutt, your speaker support consultant. Bye for now.